Welcome to a very special episode of The Wilson Show. I'm Wilson. This is my show, and we are here for a very special Valentine's Day episode. Shout outs to the lovers, shout outs to the grandparents, the parents, the aunties, the uncles, the situationships, the exes, the marriages, everybody that has love or has been in love. Shout outs to y'all. We got the tunes playing in the background. Let me turn this down because it's too much fire for y'all. Giving y'all too much heat. But we are here for a very special review of Malcolm and Marie. And if you did not see Malcolm and Marie, hit that X button, exit out because this is not spoiler free. I'm giving you spoilers. I'm giving you my opinion. I'm giving you how I feel. I'm getting straight into it. Let's go. So, like I said, this review is about Malcolm and Marie. It's on Netflix. It is a movie starring Zendaya and John David Washington. And you know you're a good actor when they call you Zendaya by your first name. They don't even give you your last name. And I might be a little tipsy in this video because this might be my second bottle of wine, first bottle. I don't even know. I've been pouring up. I don't even remember. But let's have fun. It's pre-Valentine's Day. Like I said, celebrate your love. We got the wine here. We got the roses. We got the. It look good. It look the feng shui. Feel me? Okay. It's very quaint. Feel me? We in that bag. But let's get it straight into it. Malcolm and Marie, a great movie. Overall, I love this movie. John David Washington's performance as Malcolm was amazing. Zendaya's performance as Marie was amazing. Like I said, let's jump straight into it. Let's hit on some key points. First, the cinematography was absolutely amazing. The black and white background, the 4K, the 8K, whatever was in, whatever TV you got, that shit looked good. 8K HDR, whatever, that shit looked good. Like I said, the performances by the two actors were amazing. The vibes that I got from the movie, I felt like they were in an early 80s California vibe until I saw the phone and I saw the iPhone and I heard Twitter mentioned, so I knew it was at least close to current day. But the way the movie was directed, it made it seem a little old school mixed with new school. So I thought that was really cool. And one of the main points, it was a toxic relationship. I know a lot about that. The millennials, the Gen Z, Gen whatever, YA. We know a lot about. Well, y'all know a lot about toxic relationships. I don't know. I don't do that shit. Can't fucking relate to the toxic shit. I'm not doing that. So I think in the movie, Malcolm and Marie come from two different backgrounds. It's like A and she was a Z. Two different people. Like Zendaya mentioned in the movie, Malcolm came from a background of prosperity. His parents had money. They went to college. They had good jobs, and she doesn't even have a mention of her parents. And she was on drugs, which is pretty bad. If you have anybody that deals with alcoholism and drugs, reach out to people and make sure they get help because that's a serious issue. But I personally believe two people from that type of background really shouldn't mingle with each other because it causes the toxicity, the venom. It causes the negative, nasty shit that they was going through. Like I said, getting straight into it, Malcolm, he was doing a lot. He was doing a whole lot of breaking her down and saying a lot of things that were like hurtful. And I feel like if you say things that are hurtful and you're trying to hurt somebody, it can come from a malicious standpoint. It can come from a standpoint of it's just nasty and negative. I felt like he did a lot of that. Zendaya did too, but to a certain extent, she did it to defend herself. Um, so I don't think. Yeah, it was a retaliation to what he currently started. But two wrongs don't make a right. Makes up right. Yeah, she wasn't really trying to hurt him. Like he was trying to hurt her. Sip my wine, yeah. Here you go. Because men typically don't communicate that well. Stop all this men typically because I communicate. Okay. I talk my shit. Not hypothetically, just in most some scenarios, I would say that niggas, men they're not too good at communicating and expressing how they feel. That's why they yell. That's why they hit. That's why they hurt. I think that women, when they are not capable of communicating, they do lash out. They do say hurtful things. Yeah. They do hurtful things. Hurt people. But at the same time, you can still be the bigger person, and you can still communicate, and you can still get your point across without hurting someone. And I feel like that was a great dynamic that they had. So yeah, he said things to hurt her. He did.
that had nothing to do with their conversation or
He
their
did.
argument, and she let him know that like that had nothing to
That had
do
nothing.
with
Right.
anything, and that's not how you do things. Like
Hmm.
that's not appropriate.
I agree.
And
Cameraman
she
is
did
right.
say some hurtful things. I don't think she said it to hurt him,
Cameraman
but
is
it could
in her
have.
bag. Cameraman is
Don't
in
do
her
that.
bag.
It's the glass one.
Cameraman is in her bag.
She could have also done things a little bit better.
She could have, but I agree. She could have done. They both could have done things a lot better. But like I said, toxic relationship. It feels like this is what they do. You don't just come home and like I said, I didn't touch on it, but I think it was one of the biggest nights of his life, and he felt as if she made it about herself. Um, did she make it about herself a little bit? But she have means to? She did. He made the movie technically about her and didn't give her credit. A simple thank you goes a long way. And my advice to people out there: if you forget to say thank you, you fucked up. But when you do fuck up, acknowledge your fuck up, which he did. But that was a big fuck up. You did a movie about a woman on drugs and it changed her life, and you didn't acknowledge her, not even with a thank you or I'm appreciative of her, and you didn't acknowledge the movie was about her. The reason why he did that was because he wanted to take full credit, and that's a exactly that's the male ego shit. That us men, we gotta let that go. That male ego shit. When it comes to a woman that you love and care about, let that ego shit go, bro, because it's not gonna get you far. But going back to the key points of the movie, the performances was great, like I said, and the script was amazing. I read a lot of other reviews and people were saying it was over. It was a little over dramatic. I get it. Malcolm's ran when he was drunk, but last time I checked, when somebody's drunk, you don't start ranting. You don't start talking that bullshit. Like I'm about to start talking that bullshit because this might
But
my
I think
if
that was like an artistic little thing that they threw in there. I don't think that was meant to be realistic. I think that was kind of like when like Spike Lee does his movies and it gets a little poetic.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what that was put in there for.
I
And
agree.
they had one setting. It was
Yeah,
one house, one argument,
exactly.
two people. So you have to. They
Get in your
argued like four
bag.
times. Imagine
Yeah,
if it was just one long argument. That would have been
right.
very distasteful. But I like the highs and lows. So they
Yeah.
basically argued. They were good. They
Mm-hmm.
argued. They got back to normal. They kind of made up.
Cameraman is in her bag.
Here we go. That was it. Let me get my key points.
Get your key
But I
points
like the
out.
highs and the lows and how it was like strategically done, where
I
it
agree.
was like argue, chill,
Mm-hmm.
love each other,
Real life shit.
argue,
Yeah, real
chill.
life shit.
You know, it was
That's
cute.
that's real life stuff. People argue, people chill, and like I said, I like the fact that they didn't. I didn't say this before, but I was thinking they didn't do the whole random sex scenes like Power. Power is so extra with the random sex scenes of when James is cleaning his gun and Angela comes in, James Pappy, and then it's like, what did the sex scene have to do with James cleaning his pistol? Like, pause. What did the sex? That was heavy pause. What did the sex scene have to do with James cleaning the gun? Like, nothing. And I think they just include sex and Power because they think people like. Obviously, we like sex, but it's like,
Am I watching?
am I
A
watching
show?
Power for drugs? It's just like
It's giving me porno
it's
vibes.
definitely giving me heavy Pornhub, ebony, big booty vibes, and it's like we don't need that. So I like the fact that Malcolm Marie didn't
It wasn't
drag.
sexually explicit.
Yeah, like, and it also had the moments where it's like, oh damn, I do that to my lady or the girl I'm talking to or the man. You feel me? Like it gave you the vibe.
Sensual. It wasn't
Big,
sexual.
heavy, sensual, and men. Sidebar, get in your sensual bag. Stop.
Especially this Valentine's Day.
Feel me? Stop.
Get a little creative.
It's okay to be emotional, man. Like, don't let women tell you that you got to be the thug. You could be a thug if you want to pop. You want to do what you do. If you want to do what you do, my nigga, I have no problem with that. But like, I'm a sensual, sensitive man. I get into my bag majority of the time. I see I got the R&B. Let's see what song is playing for y'all. Hold on. Let's. Okay. It's that Trey Tug of War. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. But anyway, back to the, it's okay to get into your R&B bag and your sensual bag if you're a dude. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't let people tell you soft or you whatever, whatever. Fellas, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to get on your cologne, your Gucci, your Tom Ford, and your YSL. Do what you do. We do that for women. We want to smell good for women. We want to look good for women. There's nothing wrong with that. Just get you a woman that appreciates you for being you or whatever. But back to the movie. Like I said, they both were wrong a lot throughout the movie. They both were traumatized. They both had a lot of negative things going on in their life. Um, I think Malcolm's problem, his major problem, was him not realizing that this is a woman he should appreciate, and he felt the need to keep harping on the fact that he changed her life and he brought her to this gracious point of like being successful. And in reality, like she didn't actually do that. Granted, she seemed thankful for it, but she didn't actually do that. So he's wrong for that. And also Marie feeling like she's bringing up things that don't need to really be brought up. Like the biggest night of his life is a movie that he obviously cared a lot about, and it was I wouldn't say minor, but it was something that she just wanted to hear, and he didn't do it. Granted, we could talk about this tomorrow. They got in the crib and he was trying to eat that cat. He was trying to get right. My boy was trying to get right. He was drinking. He was trying to get right. He was trying to get right. He was trying to, and she wasn't with it. So if I'm doing that and my lady ain't trying to, she not trying to heal that, I'm
So
like,
wait, what does she have to do? She has to take that out and let you have your.
no, because I'm not trying to do anything if sis is not with it. I understand that, but he felt the
You
energy.
should suck it up and then just
No,
let you enjoy the rest of your night because
no.
it's your big night
Oh
and
my
we
God.
gotta just.
Need more wine for
God forbid
this.
you just say thank you.
He acknowledged that he was wrong for not saying thank you.
Did
He did.
he?
You want me to put the movie on?
He acknowledged
He
it,
did.
but he also did not take accountability. He was very, very defensive.
He was. I'm a defensive person, so I guess I agree.
So it's just like you can't do something wrong and be that defensive. And then on top of being defensive, you're bringing up women that you've slept with in the past. For what?
Great point. He was doing a lot when he brought up the woman that he slept with that had nothing to do with the situation. He was trying to throw. He was trying to throw the haymakers, the Floyd, whoop. He was trying to Mike Tyson her, which is like, I love you. I can't heavy unnecessary. I don't think he should have did that, but that was him. What you said? Repeat what you said.
It's always a but.
Yeah, it's always a but he didn't need to go there. He didn't need to go there. You watched her in the tub, and hold on. Y'all looked at the tub. The tub was mad foggy. How much makeup sis had on? That tub was mad foggy. What was that? That was her eyeshadow, her lashes. That was the mink lashes. There was a bubble. It was not a bubble in the tub. Tub was fire, by the way. Fellas, get your tub bag this weekend. But yeah, it ain't that much makeup in the world to where what was it? She was dirty.
No,
Sis was dirty, man. Dirty girl. Like, how was the water that brown? Like, mind you,
obviously made to like not show
her breasts. Okay, I can see that.
It was probably about that.
Then the next thing she come out with the hardest nipples in the world. But okay. Anyway, movies got to throw a little sex in there, but I get it. And Zendaya looked beautiful in the movie, and I like the fact that they picked a woman that was, that gives it up for the slim women in the world. Granted, I have no problem with the big breasts and the voluptuous. So I have no problem with that, but society tells us, that being skinny is, you gotta eat. I'm skinny, I eat. Bro, bust a bus. My food, I cook, I eat all the time. I'm just naturally a skinny dude. So I like the fact that they used a woman that, no people can relate to, and Zendaya is a beautiful woman. But like I said, back to the points that I was hitting on. Um, the movie was great overall. I enjoyed it. My dog is doing a lot. My dog is doing a lot right now. He's jealous. He's taking it down because he wants to. Whatever. My dog is hilarious. But narcissist behavior, self obsession by Malcolm was one of the major problems. Like I said in the beginning of the review, two people that are on two different north and south pole spectrums don't really need to be together. You have to know who you want to be with. You have to know if this person wants you, and be with somebody that likes you. A lot of the issues, we pick people that don't want us. We pick people that are on East Coast and West Coast, not literally, but like I'm just using it as polar opposites, East and West, and somebody that's on page 1 of the book and somebody that's on chapter 8, page 500 of the book. Yo, we got to meet in the middle. We have to meet in the middle because it leads to an easy transition and an easy, just smooth relationship. But like I said, overall the movie was great. I would give the movie a probably 8 out of 10.
8.5.
8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Like I said, John David Washington's performance is good. I'm glad they're including him in a lot of movies. He's one of my, I wouldn't even call him new, but he's kind of new on the scene. I think they're transitioning Denzel a little out, which is crazy because Denzel's amazing, but he's getting old. And John David Washington's coming in, and Zendaya's performance is absolutely amazing. She bodied this role. I love the fact that they picked her in this movie. I didn't believe the relationship seeing them two together, but it made it believable over time. And that's what you call good acting. That's what you call learning about somebody in a relationship. Relationships are about learning. Relationships are about respect, accepting someone, not really accepting, but understanding. You mean you do got to be accepting in a certain sense, but don't accept things.
Accept.
But to a certain extent, don't accept the bullshit, but accept to a point where you tolerate. My logic or my term, I always tolerated to something that's intolerable. And Malcolm said that in the movie, and that's why I think at the end of the movie, they didn't end up being together because he said, "You're intolerable." Like once you tell somebody they're intolerable.
But I feel like he said that to hurt her feelings again. I don't think.
But why would you say something to hurt someone's feelings? Like you're doing a lot, bro.
It's not that.
That's deep. Like he meant a lot of that shit he was saying.
You're able to say how you feel and really pinpoint why you feel the way you feel or what you feel. You say things to hurt people.
You do, but you got to work on that.
You got to tap into it.
We're adults.
Yes, and it's easier said than done. But I just feel like if he was able to communicate with people.
Cameraman is in her bag.
Don't do that. I'm gonna get up and punch you through your face.
It's the DV for me. What y'all? It's the DV for me. It's it for me. Whatever y'all people be saying now, but she's not gonna do anything. Go ahead. Lost in her tracks. I'll put the book bag on and bring us home.
Don't you dare do
like
that.
I said.
No.
Oh, I can't talk now.
People are not capable of communicating. Like communication is key.
It is in any relationship, life,
and
work, whatever.
With yourself is key. Being intimate with yourself and knowing what you want and how you feel, and you need to get that across to somebody. That's very, very hard.
It is.
And a lot of people, because of the way life is now, they don't know words. Let's talk about it.
And we could talk about how the way life is now. We live in a sensitive world. I agree, but people don't talk because they're afraid of what the next person. Yo, if you got something to say it. I just think that people do a little too much with the whole social media, where you gotta put a tweetgram. That's old, but like you gotta take a picture. We take a picture of the black screen and you start typing. You gotta do all that. You don't gotta do all that. Just address the person directly. Like we do a lot of shit for social media, and it really be what's the word y'all say capping? There's a lot of cap or whatever.
Simps.
A lot of simps. Like I'm simping because I'm treating my fuck all that. Fellas, if you doing right and you want to get in your bag and treat a lady good, ain't nothing wrong with that. We all grown men here. Granted, it might be people younger watching this and you get to that point, but we all grown men and grown women here. If you feel some type of way, if you're emotional, if you miss somebody, text them. If you want to call somebody, call them. Like all that, oh, I'm not going to double text. Yo, I'm double texting you. Like, you ain't get my text? It's a double text. Like, it ain't no, oh, I'm not going to text her because I don't. Listen, it ain't none of that. And that's why I love the movie so much, because Malcolm was so embedded in how he felt towards her, like crying by the tub and, going on this rant, and him getting in his bag about the movie review that he got was so negative. But he also missed the major point of the woman saying that the movie was great. He's so enormed in himself, and he has to realize that it's okay to allow someone else to love you. You love yourself so much that you're not even letting other people love you. And same thing with Marie. You don't love yourself enough for you to even let someone else love you. And that's the basis of a toxic relationship. Leave that. Ladies, if you're in a toxic relationship, get the fuck out of it. If you want to stay in it, go ahead. But like I said, Malcolm and Marie was a great movie. Let me know what y'all think. Whose side was you on a little bit? Was you on Malcolm's side? Was you on Marie's side? Did you understand the premise of the movie? Great movie. Like I said, I give it an 8 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. There's little things that could have been fixed. Overall, great movie. Netflix, y'all ain't got bag. Y'all always doing the damn thing. I heard y'all doing movies every month now, and I appreciate it. It's a pandemic. Or is it a pandemic? That was Cody, but whatever. Thank y'all for tuning in. Malcolm and Marie was a great movie. Enjoy your Valentine's Day. Enjoy the regular day. Enjoy your weekend. I'm off work for a week. So you know what I'm finna do? We're gonna drink up. But I'll holla at y'all on the next episode. Thank you for tuning in and see y'all soon.